U is a very forgettable console because it's one of the rare times Nintendo blew it. You blew it, Nintendo. It followed up one of the biggest consoles ever, but it never became the smash hit it could have been. Today we're going to tell you about some of the things Nintendo could have done to fix that. Before we begin, some awesome features Nintendo never released on Wii U. GTA 5. Something which has always helped Nintendo stand out from the crowd is the way it's worked with other third-party developers. Even back in the 80s, the NES and its official Nintendo seal of approval meant people who weren't Nintendo were able to develop games for it. These games ended up becoming classics and helped drive sales of the flagship 8-bit system. Going forward, every one of Nintendo's consoles has some third-party greats going on. This meant there was a great bit of teamwork going on. Yes, you could play these other games on other systems, but if you had these other systems, it meant you couldn't play the awesome games Nintendo was coming out with too. If you had a Nintendo console though, you could play both, which meant you had the best of both worlds. Moving into the early 2010s and the era of the Wii U, there was one third-party franchise everyone wanted a slice of. Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto series had revolutionized the industry. Ever since the first one came out in 1997, GTA games had been ported onto the Game Boy Color. Perhaps the crowning crossover though was GTA Chinatown Wars for the Nintendo DS. This was Rockstar doing what it did best and doing it exclusively for Nintendo gamers. It wasn't like Rockstar hadn't worked with Nintendo, but maybe their games were a bit too adult for the kid-friendly Japanese company. Sometimes Nintendo is lame, so instead, Wii U players went without GTA 5. This was because there was a standoff between Nintendo and Rockstar's owners, Take-Two, over the payment of licensing rights. Even though there was a prototype of GTA made for the Wii U, the final product was never made, meaning gamers had to go elsewhere. It's a shame, because it would have been amazing to play GTA 5 on the Wii U. And better marketing. When Nintendo released the Wii in 2006, everyone took notice. When we say everyone, we mean everyone and their mom too. This wasn't just something that was a big hit with gamers and went unnoticed by the rest of the world. No. Hero is a console which was designed for both people who love the games and, crucially, people who didn't play them at all. Yeah, old people played it too, and bought all of the accessories. After all, it was one thing to sit around on your couch and play games, but it was quite another thing to get up out of your seat and play while moving around. This was the holy grail of console gaming. Some in 6 years to 2012 though, and you'll have noticed confusion among less than hardcore gamers who love their Wiis. Sure, there was a new gamepad thingy that we were told in the adverts was a whole new way to play, but it wasn't clear what it actually did. It was unclear whether this was a new accessory, whether it was an updated version of the console, like the Wii Family Edition or the Wii Mini, or whether it was a whole new gaming system. Now, us dedicated gamers knew it was the latter, but honestly, we can't blame the average Wii owner for being confused. It just makes it sound like an add-on or something. As it was, the Wii U was marketed in an ambiguous way, meaning it ended up selling slowly and not quite getting the success it deserved. You got greedy, Nintendo. Portability. If there's one thing people know about the Nintendo Wii U, is that it's the system which came in between the Nintendo Wii and the Nintendo Switch. If there's one thing about the Nintendo Switch, is that it's rad and extremely popular. If you want to know why, well, there's the usual reasons. And we're sure you probably know. Nintendo is the sort of company that does things other companies shy away from. When Wii U came out, its big deal was its controller, which allowed games, or at least parts of games, to be played without having to look at the TV screen, because there was a screen right there on the gamepad. When this worked, it was awesome, but it didn't work with every game because the Wii U was stupid. Sorry, Nintendo, but it was stupid. Better online. It all used to be so simple. You would go to a shop, almost certainly a specialist game shop. You see a game you liked, you bought it, you took it home and played it. If you want to get in on any two-player mode, then you have to invite a friend over, or hope your bro wants to play as Tails in Sonic the Hedgehog. Come on, Tails is kind of cooler, you know? Either way, you had to know someone who'd want to play the game with you, otherwise it was single-player mode for you. This, of course, all changed with the internet. Smart gaming companies realized they could combine people's love for taking on another human being at a game with the latest technology, and all of a sudden, you were, while not a failure, something which could have definitely gone better. The problems were twofold. Firstly, when Nintendo first had dipped its toes into the waters of online gameplay, back in the era of the Wii and DS, it was almost like it wasn't sure what to do. Where am I? What's my name? There was a lack of voice chat, which was what a lot of online PlayStation, PC, and Xbox players use, as well as friend codes being harder to type in than a single username. There you have it. What's your favorite missing Wii U feature? Did we leave any good ones out? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe.